morning, everyone. We are back here again on The Conversation, live on Lagos Television. I am Ajibola Ojeshola, and it's a full house.
And I'm Joshua Muraki. It's good to be here.
Good morning and welcome. I am Joy Olu.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adebimpe Motayo, and I'm the full house.
I really do not know what is exciting Adebimpe this morning.
I have
Ramadan is going to finish.
Yeah, exactly. I have an
And you start
idea.
partying.
Yeah.
Even you're dressing today.
Everything is so colorful.
It is well. Why Adebimpe is excited? Somebody was sounding very low, and I'm wondering within myself, what is happening? She's not been fine. She's been coughing. She's been down. She's been strong.
Are you sure she's
What
not pregnant?
is-
Ajibola.
Am I sure she's not?
Pregnant.
Ajibola.
She
Ajibola.
said she has not been doing anything.
You use your mouth to impregnate.
Ajibola, a little bird told me something this morning that when she came in, she was a bit nauseous.
Hey!
That she had to run out of the room. But where she ran to, she doesn't. She's not sure. But the way she felt this morning
All this conspiracy.
implied so many things.
Conspiracy.
You see, sooner or later, Ashiri Matu. Ashiri Matu. You cannot hide the glory of God.
Tó bá jíjẹ lóru,
It will
wàá
show
pọ̀
in the
lójú
morning.
mọ́mọ́.
It will show in the morning. It will show in the morning. You know, you see, a lot of our women, Joshua, they are very artificial. Getting to the makeup room this morning, you need to see what is underneath Joy's wig.
Jibola.
No, African beauty. African beauty. Underneath
African
the
beauty,
wig.
beautiful.
I'm beginning to imagine now. You've actually stimulated my thought process
Mind your language,
as to what exactly is under the wig. Perhaps you do us the honors.
What is under is not good.
The studio will be on fire.
But there's so many things that are actually happening in our world. Beyond the fact that we're going to touch on it during our news points. However, I think there's a need for us to place premium on people's lives as a government, as a people. And you said something even before we came on air, that where are our governors? I remember a particular governor, a whole village was ransacked in Ilorin, and the man was talking about how to capture the FCT, local government polls. And you're wondering, like, is there no sensibility in how people relate to when people die or when people lose their breadwinners? The situation where, as we speak now, the country's flag is not at half-mast, or there hasn't been some kind of cohesive response to this, apart from the normal rhetorics of deploying service chiefs to this place, baffles me a lot and beats my imagination as to why we do this all the time.
Josh, I really do not doubt the veracity of what you have said this morning. I was watching TV last night. You know, Mr. President is on a 2-day visit to the United Kingdom, and I saw the number of governors that were there with Mr. President doing what? You have states to govern, and you are there with Mr. President doing eye service. Majority of them do not have any business there. And most of those states, they are on fire. And you are busy in London laughing, taking photographs because of what? Maybe majority of those governors, they stumbled on power. They really do not know what to do with power. And even when they are going astray, I would have expected Mr. President or the leadership of the party to call them to order.
The optics isn't good. And I think we need to check how we govern. Forget the fact that perhaps the party
Josh,
in
do
power.
we govern or we rule?
We govern. That's what the Constitution says.
Okay.
So I do feel, honestly speaking, that we need to check the optics oftentimes. And beyond the fact that perhaps it's greener on some parts, in Lagos, you know, we live in a bubble. We really do not understand what is happening in other parts of the country.
Yeah.
So I sometimes cringe when I hear that everything is fine and rosy, when I know some people oh God,
Let's take our news point. We'll talk more about that. The situation.
I think I've got the first story, right?
In some parts of the country, yes. Let's do Mr. President the honor.
It's not Mr. President. I'm taking the Borno killings.
Oh.
Isn't that the first one?
Because we attach so much importance to the sanctity of life, I think you should take that story first. If those governors are not relating well with what is happening, I think we should set the pace for them.
Okay, we have here Borno bombings, killings spark fury, defense chiefs move into Maiduguri. That's the headline. Security chiefs have relocated to Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, to take charge of the security situations following Monday night's coordinated suicide bombings that killed 23 people and injured 108 others. President Bola Tinubu, who on Tuesday ordered the immediate relocation, described the attacks as desperate and frantic attempts by terrorist elements under constant pressure from security forces. 3 suicide bombers detonated explosive almost simultaneously around 7:02 p.m. at the Maiduguri Monday Market, the post office flyover area, and security post at the entrance of the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. In a statement posted on his official X handle on Tuesday, the president mourned those who lost their lives in the attacks and commended troops for repelling coordinated assaults on military positions in the state. The president insisted that the attacks were final desperate acts by criminals trying to instill fear as they face mounting pressure from security agencies. I think that's about the crux of the matter.
Okay.
And all I can say is it takes some kind of intentionality and strategy to have you detonate improvised devices, IEDs, at 3 areas: a teaching hospital, a university, all still within the university, and the security post. I mean, how do you do this and there wasn't any kind of intelligence that could have filtered in to give some kind of buffer to the kind of casualty we actually... I am short of words, honestly speaking.
Just like you have said, Joshua, I'm also short of words when you look at the number of people that lost their lives and those that were wounded in that particular incident. And you raised the vital question of intelligence gathering on the part of our security agents. You know, security has gone beyond just carrying guns, just threatening people, or just making statements to impress people. Each time we have this kind of situation at hand, I think we should focus more on intelligence and, of course, see how we are going to nip these kind of things in the board. And, of course, how do you expect the people of Borno or Maiduguri to feel now? Would they feel that they have a government in place that cares for them? And the constitutional role of governments in the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria as amended is the welfare and security of the people. In certain parts of the country, the government of the day has failed the people.
Jibola, the former governor of that state was in Anambra State yesterday.
It was, yeah.
I mean, the former governor of that state was... That's who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know whether I can marry the two.
I'm sorry. I saw Omoyele Sowore, as controversial as it can be. He raised this particular thing that you raised, that, okay, fine, Mr. President is not in the country. Why can't the vice president go there and show solidarity with these people? Instead of going to Anambra, you could have delegated the SGF to go to Anambra.
That is a state, his own state. Yesterday, we had a security expert here, and I mentioned, we were talking about state policing, and I was like, look, was this something, the attack that happened in Maiduguri, that could state policing, could have prevented that attack? And he insisted that, look, for security in Nigeria, he still believes that state policing thing is not what we really need for now, that we should try and upgrade and strengthen what we have on ground now.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall we check the story of Mr. President?
Please.
Okay. Tinubu arrives UK for historic state visit. President Bola Tinubu and First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu touched down at Stansted Airport on Tuesday afternoon, marking the start of a landmark state visit to the United Kingdom. The presidential aircraft landed shortly after 3 p.m. local time under clear skies, as captured in a post and footage shared via X by the special advisor to the president on media and public communications, Sunday Diary. The visit, extended by invitation from Their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla, is the first Nigerian state visit to the UK since 1989 and the first time a Nigerian leader will be hosted at Windsor Castle. Previous Nigerian state visits occurred in 1973 and 1981 under the late Queen Elizabeth II. Mr. President will be engaged in series of activities in the UK, such as signing, I saw that earlier. Okay, signing £746 million financing deal between UK Export Finance and the Nigerian Ports Authority and the Federal Ministry of Finance to support the refurbishment of two major national maritime infrastructures. That is just one of the many activities Mr. President will be involved with. 1973 and 1981, 81 and 1989. 1973, I think that was during the reign of Yakubu Gowon. And 1981, President Shehu Shagari. And in 1989
was Ibrahim Babangida.
So, Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is also making history by visiting Windsor, and is the first and only president that has visited or that is visiting Windsor Castle, not Buckingham Palace.
Won't you say anything? No. Mr. President is in UK.
He's in
I
UK.
wish him all the best.
And of course,
with your governors?
He went with his retinue of
aides.
And
we are trying to cut the cost of governance.
Yes.
Okay.
So I wish Mr. President all the best.
And for the first time, something good is coming out of the Ministry of what's this ministry called again? The one being supervised by our brother, the former governor of Osun State.
Blue Economy, Maritime and Blue Economy.
The ministry brokered this deal, the contract that Talibimpe highlighted in the story.
Okay.
That they are going to sign.
Oh, okay.
But is the king is he running the government?
No. That will be by the side.
That's just by the side, not the king himself.
I thought it's the prime minister. The prime minister that is on fire. Whether to support Donald Trump's fight or not.
Every day, Donald
Trump. Let me tell you something, right? I just want the president. Ordinarily, I would have said, "Oh, hooray! The president is in the UK. It's an historic one after 37 years." But it's okay. I just feel that we are a little bit the death that happened in Borno overshadows this. I think the president should just go do what he needs to do and come back to the country. That's all I have to say.
All right, let's move on. Hardship. Labour pushes 154,000 naira minimum wage. but when you look at somebody like Joshua, he's not facing any kind of hardship.
Hey, what has
the National Public Service Negotiating Council of the Organised Labour has formally demanded a 154,000 naira minimum wage, a 120% upward review of salaries and allowances of public workers in Nigeria. The new demand, according to the union, is to mitigate what it described as the life of servitude currently being experienced in the country. The demand was contained in a letter addressed to the office of the head of service, dated March 12, 2026, with reference number JNPSNC/Gen/COR Volume 163. The demand was titled Urgent Need for the Upward Review of Salaries and Allowances of Workers in the Nigerian Public Service and Commendation for the Approval of Gratuity Payment to Retiring Workers. The letter was jointly signed by the National Chairman, Benjamin Anthony, and the National Secretary, Olowo Yogbenga. The JNPSNC premised its demand on the outcome of an exhaustive meeting of the Council held on Monday, March 9, 2026 at Abuja. The letter read, the national leadership of the Joint National Public Service Negotiating Council writes to respectfully but firmly call the attention of your esteemed office to the urgent necessity for an upward review of salaries and allowances of all serving public servants in the Nigerian public service. Despite their immense contributions, public service workers continue to face severe economic hardship due to the rising cost of living and the declining purchasing power of their earnings. The council noted that over the years, Nigeria has experienced unprecedented economic pressures characterized by high inflation, increased fuel prices, rising transportation costs, and escalating prices of food items, housing, healthcare, and education. Let me hand it there.
Can I, I'll talk about this, right?
Yeah, please do.
So I think it's a legitimate ask. I think labor union should ask federal government, because even the one we collected the other day with the price of fuel, the increased petrol now, the disruptions we have in the national market. I hope Nigeria is even selling at this time, because it will be a major disaster if we have done barter with all our crude. This thing we had better ramp up production so that we can it's almost $100 per barrel. And the benchmark, I think, even in 2026 or 2025 or
65,
60, 65, 70, that was even too ambitious. That's an aside. I'm digressing. But what I'm saying is, I hope whatever legitimate demand of union will not overshadow the legitimate rights of Nigerians to wanting to suffer and smile. Because at the point,
legitimate right to suffer and smile.
yes.
How do you mean?
Because on one hand, I said it is a good legitimate ask, and I believe government should do something about it.
Okay.
However, in that quest to ask what is right and proper, how it won't disrupt the suffering and smiling posture of other Nigerians. That is also their legitimate.
Yeah.
I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
So because you are asking for this, very soon we'll go on strike. Then okay. I'm asked to call for a short break. We'll come back and finish up with.
Okay. Maybe when we come back, we'll just go to Joy for our own news points. Then we'll take the other aspect of the program. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.